You are listening to the Mulligans and Hackers podcast. Two average guys discussing all things golf. Equipment, courses, the professional game, and even their own golf experiences. Your hosts are Alvin and Chris. This is Mulligans and Hackers, powered by the 36 a Day Golf Company.
Welcome back.
So happy to be back.
Episode 136.
Yeah, we got the right episode this time.
Good job.
I didn't even notice actually.
This was the last two episodes that we came back after our break. We've gotten the episode
The intro.
title right for the socials, but we have said the wrong episode both times.
Well,
She
it's
probably
because the
didn't
last
even
one
notice.
was saved online and you can just add one to it probably, right?
It's just amateur hour, that's all.
You can blame dyslexia. That's what I do all the time. I'm
I'm
self-diagnosed.
actually, non-diagnosed dyslexic.
Make sure
And
that
I deal with numbers all day long. It's awful.
you got to make sure that the first tournament Alvin attends, you give him a 2-stroke penalty, hey?
Yeah, I will.
You know what?
For not getting me on
I
as
just
soon as...
listen, and you diss the hat. Not impressed.
I didn't diss the hat. I said you needed the hat.
This is like my favorite hat, the one I wear all the time.
Okay, but aren't his hats like the same fit and everything? It just says I hate putting on it. I think that's the one you need.
I hope he does send me one of those.
Yeah,
That's
that would
all
be
I
a
was
very
saying.
Alvin hat for sure.
I know. I wasn't
he did putt
dissing anything.
decently in the MNP Cup a couple weeks here.
I figured out the video game putting for the
I was
Sims,
going to
so
say indoor putting does not count for the
it
record.
fucking
Well, it
does
counts
not.
for him.
Fuck. Yeah, and again, it's a video game. You got to figure it out. I'm slowly but surely started to figure this shit out.
That's just
Maybe
swings.
you'll figure it out on the course this year.
Yeah. Well,
If you get your special hat, if Mike Johnny sends you the Alvin hat.
yes, that's what
As
we
if
should
he
call
didn't
it.
make that's what he should call it. I
The Alvin
agree.
hat. Yeah. Because I do hate putting. It is.
It's made for that guy.
Yeah, he must have made that hat just specifically for me.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't
I love
dissing
it.
anything. It was just the Alvin hat.
He did message me today too, so just
Careful, Leah. You can't hurt his feelings. Come on now.
whose feelings?
Yours.
Oh yeah. And then when we
I
find
hurt,
something
I
else
hurt
wrong-
everyone's feelings. Apparently,
You
I
try.
just hurt Shanzi's feelings online too with the post I made last week or a couple days ago, whatever it was. So, I'm just in the business of making fun of people and hurting their feelings. That is my shtick.
Yes, and what did I say to you yesterday about looking and being professional and presidential tonight on the pod?
Yeah, you told me to.
I
And
did.
what was my response?
I'm not reading it out.
Why not? You might as well.
Well, first off, I got to go find it.
I believe
Let's
I
see.
said something along the lines of like, best I can do is swear a lot and look like I'm on heavy pain medication.
Best
Something like that.
I can do is I'll swear a lot and look like I'm on heavy pain meds. Yes, that is exactly what you said. Looking
Yeah.
at verbatim.
Yeah. She probably got some vodka and orange juice going on in the water bottle too.
No, just electrolytes because I'm not drinking enough for the amount of drugs that I am taking for my pain.
So how's the knee?
It's getting there. I took off my steri strips that were holding the big gaps of skin together, the big camera holes in my knee today, and I had to take a Gravol because I am not good with that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
And I decided not to take off the larger incision on the bottom quite yet because it doesn't look like it's ready to be taken off, even though it's been 15 days. So we're getting
You
there.
ready back? Are you going to be back ready for the golf season or what?
May 8th, practice round, like Friday before Copper. I want to play because that was my career round last year with you guys, right? That
You
is my
want to
day.
play or you're going to play?
We'll see how rehab goes. That is my goal. That is the thing that I am working towards. That is my motivation to do rehab and do it well and So that's it. That's the date that I'm shooting to be able to golf.
Cool.
Well, hopefully you get there. Get
Yeah.
you back there.
It'll be
We're
15 weeks from surgery date to
well,
the
that's not
day,
bad.
basically. So I think it's almost 4 months, right? Like it's a good amount of time, I think, as long as I don't have any hiccups in rehab. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So you released the schedule finally a while back.
Finally. Okay, you can tell that you guys have not been around for that long. My set date, I used to have a set date, and it was always the last Saturday in February.
Wow, that would be so
So
late.
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? People are like, "Oh, I gotta put in for holidays and blah blah blah. Can you give me anything earlier?" So actually, Facebook statuses just came up today. I was only 80% done the schedule like 5 years ago or something like that at this point. So it's you say finally, but it is the earliest that the schedule has ever been out.
We were just really excited to see it. That's all.
We were.
I know.
We were.
I
I was
know.
excited to see the list of courses that are on the list. It's
A whole bunch of different things
Different.
this year. Huh?
yeah,
I know.
different to the tour, different to us for sure. I don't know how different to the tour it is because we've only been around for a couple of years. So
A
So how
lot
many
of
new
it.
courses did you slot in for this year?
Oh,
like
that's a question that I was not prepared for. I need to pull up my
I got it right off the top.
um I know.
There's a few though. There's a few like new ones that you've never played, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um or okay, so the only one that there's two that we have never played, which was Woodside and um Darcy Ranch. DRC, sorry, DRC Ranch. Those are the only two that we have never played, and then ones that we haven't been to in a really long time would be Cougar Creek and Turner Valley and Redtail Landing. So yeah, and Coyote Creek, which is now under new ownership and known as the Coyote in Sundre. So been a while for those ones, but then yeah, everything else is just kind of on that every second year rotation type of situation.
Okay, well, so let's go through the 2026 schedule,
All right, let's
course
do
by
it.
course. Okay. So May 9th and 10th, Copper Point, Windermere. That's
Yes,
a standard, right?
that is a standard. And just so everyone knows, if there's people listening to this that have not signed up yet, I'm just going to go in there and double check. I believe we only have 23 spots left.
And what's the
And I
field size
booked
in that one?
90. What's that?
Well, I was going to ask what the field size for that one is.
Yeah, I booked 92 this year. So last year I booked 80 and we were able to increase it to 92. So this year I booked 92 and we are at 69 players. So there's
Wow.
not a lot of
Okay.
room left. That one will sell out before the end of the early bird sale. So yeah, not a lot of space left in that one.
Yeah, and we're both, me and Chris are both on the fence on whether we're going to make that one or not.
Well, see if there's room when we get closer and you guys have a better idea,
Yep.
Yep, it is what it is. If we can make it, great. If we can't, well, we can go to other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, with the way the kind of the tour is set up, a lot of it is central Alberta this year. So that actually opens it up a little more to me and Chris getting to a lot more as well, right?
You can always tell where I'm living with where the majority of the tournaments are. Last year I was living in Calgary. There was more kind of in that Calgary area. This year I'm in central Alberta. But yeah, and I think the reason with the central stuff too, though, it's getting harder and harder to book courses within a close vicinity to one of the major centers, being Edmonton and Calgary. They're just too busy, right? They don't want to book me, especially on a weekend. So that's getting more and more difficult. Even central Alberta is getting more difficult, but thankfully we have some really, really strong relationships there that we can kind of manage to get on there every couple of years. I'm not too demanding on some of them. And the ones that we go to every year, like Olds, for example, love having us there and treat us really well, give us a great price, all the things. And so that's why those ones are really successful as well.
Then we go to May 30th, Riverbend.
Hold
Yes.
up.
Oh, sorry.
Before
Sorry.
that, we
Sorry.
have the President's Cup.
Sorry. Holy. I totally
True, because it's not listed on the schedule. Yes.
sorry. Holy President's
I mean,
Cup
you
team
might
member.
not be there, but
Okay.
I'm going to be there. Okay.
Wow, total diss.
Yes.
Sorry, man. I was gonna try and kind of cream over that little caveat.
He
I
made
didn't
it.
really want to talk about it, but now that you brought it up, I guess we gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes. May 23rd, 24th at Wolf Creek, we have the President's Cup. That's invite only. I've had a lot of new players. We have a lot of new players again this year. So I've received some emails about that, wondering if they can get in. So I had to explain, the situation of you qualify for the entire season before. It used to be in the fall, but there was a year I couldn't even get 24 players to say yes because people are so burnt out. Because if you've made the top 32, you've been to a lot of the tournaments and you're friggin' tired and you're sick of traveling and you're kind of sick of golf and you're just a little bit over it. By the time the fall comes, and then we got snowed out one year and we're forced to go to the spring, and the excitement of everyone, like I went from like I don't think I want to like, oh my God, yeah, I'm totally in, because everyone's so excited in the spring. So I made that permanent a while ago. So it's technically the 2025 President's Cup, but it gets played in 2026. So just explaining to people that, yeah, you have to spend that entire season before qualifying for it. Try to get into that top 32 and then you get your invite.
Yeah.
So
I'm
team
looking
match
forward to
play.
it. Should be
Yeah,
fun.
team match
So
play. So your captains are, it's crazy. Like usually Clem is one of the captains. It's like almost every year. But we got Chris Nelson for the second year in a row, one order of merit. He's going to be in the B flight next year. And Cam Gardner is your other captain. And they've both been captains before now. It's interesting that they both captained Team Green. Chris captained Team Green last year when they lost. Cam captained Team Green the year before when they won. So it's interesting because these are two people who have only been captains once. Like I said, usually Clem is one of them, and so he's been captain like 6 or 7 times. 6, 7. Sorry, I had to.
So how do you how do you decide who's captaining what team?
So
Is it the first person's choice?
typically what happens, and it's worked every year except for this year, and I've already had a conversation with Chris about it, is um, whoever's number one in order of merit, if they were on the team from last year, it somehow always has worked out that they have been part of the winning team the year before. So then they can choose to lock in their winning team and all those players that were on it that qualified again. And then we just kind of fill in the blanks and do a weird kind of two pick, one pick snake draw situation. Or this year that didn't happen because Chris's team did not win last year. That we can just start from scratch. There was one other year that we started from scratch, and that was because there was unfortunately we couldn't prove it, but pretty much everyone knew that someone on the winning team cheated in the final match
Oh,
against Cody, of all people, too. It was anyone that was there that year knew, and it didn't matter what team you were on. I've never seen a team less excited to win because they knew they won because that guy cheated. It was like it all came down at that last half point, and it was wild. That's so the year after that is the only other year that we have done a full reset and started from scratch. But I talked to Chris about it already, kind of went over the options, and he wants to do a full reset. So we have nobody locked into any team this year, and we're starting from scratch. Chris is technically like the home captain, and Cam would be the away captain. And there we go. It's exciting.
cool. It's exciting. Looking forward to it. Should be fun.
So day one, do you know the way President's Cup works?
I'm assuming the same way like the Ryder Cup or President Cup style kind of
Sort of, but
works.
we don't have that many days or that many rounds
Right.
because they do a few 36 whole days there. So day one is partner matches. So the captains will obviously pick the teams, and then a few days before, maybe a week before, if we've got everyone locked in, then we will do the mat or the partner draw. and then the matches with the partners. So there's certain rules that they have to go by, including their team picks. Like I separate everyone and I break them down into handicap, and you have to have, say there's like six, I don't know, six here or eight. For ease, we'll go 4 groups of 8. So you have to have at least 4 people out of each of those 4 brackets to make a kind of even team, as even as we can get it. And then with partners, you can't go more than, I think, 1 of those brackets or 2 of those brackets away. So you can't necessarily have like the highest handicap or the lowest handicap. Over the years, we've kind of finagled it to make it make sense for whatever the field looks like in that year. There's certain rules on the combined handicap situation with partners, but yeah, it's partner matches day 1. So the front 9 is when we were at Drumheller at Dinosaur Trail, it was a little bit different as well, because that back 9, I don't know if you've ever played there, it goes through the hoodoos. It is like if you miss a fairway, your ball's gone down into a hoodoo. You can't get it, you can't hit it, it's gone.
Oh man,
Yeah. So there we used to do 9 holes of scramble because there was no other choice. But when we're not there, we will typically do 9 holes of alternate shot and 9 holes of best ball, where you play your own ball and take the best net score. So that's day 1, 18 holes, obviously. And then day 2 is 18-hole singles matches. And we really, or at least I do, it's funny because the captains don't know everyone from different flights and who's friends with who like has secret fight with who, like, and I know all those things about everybody, right? And I'm like, oh no, you got to put this person against this person. And so I'll push some of those singles matches just because I want to see certain drama between people. They can totally disagree with me, and sometimes they do, but there's often times where they don't know enough to kind of pick on certain rivalries, and I do, so they'll listen to. So I have a big hand in picking 18-hole singles.
Shit disturber.
I like it. I like the drama, and I like being a shit disturber. So
Fair.
yeah. Okay, are we good with President's Cup? Are we allowed to talk about Riverbend?
Yeah, let's move on. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to be there, so
Oh, it's sad.
I am sad, but you got to play good to be there, and I did not play good, so.
Well, you're not going to even come caddy for him?
No, I'm not coming. I'm not good. No.
Whatever, Alvin. We didn't want you there.
That's okay. Because I didn't want to be there.
We'll just make sure we send.
That's bullshit. I did want to be there, but I wanted to, earn my way in, not just show up and be a fucking caddy.
But you can come be like the the beat reporter, the on course, do some lives. Yeah, just.
Okay, we might have to talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
As you brought that shit up, maybe I'll do some on-course reporting for the Alberta Golf Tour.
There you go.
Okay, May 30th, Riverbend.
Yeah, so if you are not familiar, Riverbend was actually not a full 18 holes last year at any point, and not a full closure at any point. So they shut down, I think, 6 holes at a time to redo all of their greens last year. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they look like now. It's something that's been on our schedule forever. They are willing to do a shotgun for us if we get to 100 players by the beginning of May. So we'll see. At the moment, we're just going to do regular tee times. But that weekend, for whatever reason, is between that Saturday and then Sunday at Olds is always the busiest single day events of the whole season, with the exception of Mickelson.
Yeah, so 31st is Olds, Riverbend.
31st is Olds.
How far apart are those courses?
Half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Because Riverbend's on the north side of Red Deer, and then Olds is just south of Red Deer. So not too far away.
Sounds like a trip
close.
to Red Deer.
Sounds like a trip to
hit it on the way home. Hit Olds on the way home.
Well, if you hate putting, I recommend you practice before you go to Olds. Their greens are very undulating and very slick, even at that time of year.
I love putting, so I'm good.
Yeah. It's in phenomenal condition at that time of year too, which is the other reason I always have them on that weekend. And yeah, it's in really, really, really good shape.
Then we get into June 6th, which is a Saturday,
Mhm.
Strathmore.
No
Are we going
rain
back?
this
Is it
year.
the same Strathmore course that we got
Yes.
stormed out on?
Yes, it is. So hopefully I made it a week earlier. Let's hope that that does not happen again. Knock on wood.
Yeah, let's go play some golf.
I'm actually looking forward to that one because we've played that course a few times now.
Just once.
No, because we got the free round.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
well,
changed a little
Like
bit.
1.5
Yeah,
times.
1.5. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
second
changed a
time we
little
were
bit
playing,
since you've
you
been
know,
there. So they actually changed. So remember, I know you remember this because this is where I found you when I blew the horn and you guys were like way over on the back nine, nowhere to be seen. So you know how number 10 you had to go forever to get to the 10th hole.
yes.
So now they've actually switched it around. Number 10, you actually tee off on this side of the canal, like on the clubhouse side of the canal, over to what used to be 18 green. So that's now a par
Interesting.
3. Yeah. And then you start with number 10, now is number 11, and then 17 is now 18. So it's changed a little bit.
Interesting. He still has the island green on the front.
On 5, I think that's 5 or 6. Yeah. Well, there's 2 greens on that hole, so it just depends if the island
Depends on
green
the
is
day.
ready by that point. It's pretty early in the season still, but yeah, they still have the island green.
Nice.
But
And then the day after that, on the Sunday the 7th, is Woodside.
Woodside, that's an Airdrie. Super short course, but again, crazy fast greens. That's their defense. I think the tips there are like 6,300, like short course. But oh my God, you have to putt your way around that course or you are done. Very, very quick. Very challenging. I know, I can see that. I can see Chris that he's like, I can hit 6-iron all day.
I'm gonna hit 6-iron all day anyways. Maybe 4.
Yeah, he's got a 4-iron now.
Oh, there you go.
Again, we go down to the sim and there's literally no woods in the bag. It's just all irons.
I have a driving 2 and 3 now too that I'm just trying to get the feel for.
I have no words.
Well, when I can hit a 4-iron like 250, 260, and it's accurate as compared to a wood.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that. We've all seen Chris's driver. Well, maybe you haven't, but
when it's on, it's ridiculous, but it's very seldom on.
it's very seldom is it on.
It's fair. It's fair. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah, well, again, he got a W last year, so fuck that guy.
Still
Should have came in with that on. I totally forgot that tonight. I should have brought this to rub it in.
Yeah, fuck you. Then we go to June 13th, Saturday, Thistle Creek.
Yeah, so I actually switched those weekends. So like that 6th, 7th weekend used to be Edmonton. But actually in a couple survey answers and then the Edmonton Golf Association as well had asked if I could switch that because the Edmonton Amateur is the 7th, the Sunday, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And us trying to compete, it was just like people felt like they had to decide and we didn't want to pull them in that direction. So switched the Edmonton weekend to the following weekend. So yeah, I mean the ranch is off for the first time in a really long time, for no real reason other than I just wanted to switch things up a little bit. So yeah, Trestle Creek is now on that Saturday. We were there last year as well. They were in great shape last year. They hosted the Golf Canada Next Gen, which is a 3-day junior event the weekend before we were there. And honestly, Chris, I left that one on for you because it's close to where you grew up. So you damn well better be there. I left it on
I was looking at that
just
one.
for you.
I was like, I wanted to play that one for a long time because it kind of got did that one open again?
Oh man. It's funny because I did marketing for them actually when their second 9 just opened. I think somewhere around 2015-ish was their second 9, 13 probably their first nine.
Yeah,
If
so it
that
was
sounds right.
about 10 years after, and 8 to 10 years after I left home, and then we were back there for about a year or two living on an acreage, and just as it was kind of um, getting opened up, and I was like, oh, okay, this would be cool, and then I never did get to play it because I wasn't really into golf as much at that time. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to play that course. It looks really good.
It's fun. It's challenging. Again, the greens are insane.
There's a theme
So,
here.
so there's a theme here this year.
I'm
So
pretty sure that's the way this conversation went last year too. I think it was the greens everywhere. I
Well,
like to
I
book.
like golf courses with tough greens. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gives you a puncher's chance, especially when you play the way I do.
I'm going to focus a little more on my putting this year. I'm going to be a better putter, but I will wear the hat though if I get it.
I was gonna say, so you don't want Mike's hat? Okay.
I'll take any bad karma, good karma when it comes to being on the green that I can get. So then the Sunday, the 14th, June the 14th, is Cougar Creek. So Trestle Creek and Cougar Creek, where are they close to?
Edmonton-ish. So Trestle is about 45 minutes west, like towards Jasper down Highway 16. And then Cougar, again, from Edmonton is about 20 minutes west. So the two courses themselves are super close. They're like 20, 25 minutes apart.
I might have
Down
played
Highway
Cougar Creek when I
16.
was younger, I think.
It hasn't been on the schedule for quite a while. It's a super fun course. Don't really need driver there either. Every weekend, like I can just see Chris is like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to play every weekend at this point because Leah keeps telling me that these courses are for me. But yeah, you don't. It's a lot of fun, and the 18th hole is kind of the signature hole there. If you want to try to go for the green, you can, but it's like around a pond. The hole goes around a pond. So you can go straight over the pond to the green if you want, but I don't even know what the carry is. I want to say it's like a 280 carry from the tips. So maybe 260 from whatever. I don't know what color of tees they have there. So I
That's a
don't really
layup
know
and a
what the
62
carry is,
degree
but
wedge, right
yeah,
onto the green for a
it's
good
not a
five,
super
good
long
birdie
hole,
chance.
but people do like to try to go for the green there on 18.
Not me. Need my 200-yard carry with my driver.
I'll take a tap in birdie.
No thanks. So then we go to June the 20th, Saturday, the Coyote.
Coyote, yeah. So they're under new ownership. So Western RV Group actually bought the course. And some people are like, why did an RV dealership buy a golf course? Well, because there's a huge RV park with several phases there. Actually, it's our favorite place to camp. It's a very, very, very good place to camp. But the golf course that used to host our tour championship. So we were 2 rounds at Sundry and 2 rounds at Coyote, and that made up our tour championship for, gosh, I think 4 years. Big break was always done at Coyote Creek on the range there. They have an awesome practice facility. They have a little short game area hidden in the trees as well. They've got this trout pond off the patio from the clubhouse. It's pretty wide, pretty forgiving. Greens aren't actually that scary there.
Thanks
But
for the dynamite drop in.
yeah, there you go.
One
There you
of the
go.
courses doesn't have scary greens.
Yeah. Very
We're like
forgiving
halfway through the
course.
schedule, and we got one course that doesn't have
There
scary
you go.
greens.
Yeah. See?
Well, you wanted the life of a golf amateur, buddy. You got to learn to putt.
One day, one day. So there's no Sunday round that was
No,
done.
that's Father's Day. I don't ever book on Father's Day, so
Yeah.
yeah, we've skipped the one there.
So then we come to our second major, June 27th, 28th, Crow's Nest Pass,
Southern major.
Southern
Yeah,
Alberta major.
It's been a few years since we've been there. Felt like it was time to go back. Actually, when the men's well, and our tournament was at Paradise Canyon last summer, I actually went out there and played with the head pro and the GM for a round. And first thing the GM says to me is, "What happened to you? Why did you go away?" And I was like, "I didn't think you'd notice." He's like, "Yeah, I noticed. We want you back." And I was like, "Okay, that's done. Sounds good." So I've known about that one for a while. I think what we'll try to do is rotate because Paradise Canyon loved having us, which is
Love
so
being there.
funny. Yeah,
One of my
it
favorite
was so
events
good.
last year.
It was so good. It's
Okay.
funny because that's one of the courses that I have spent so many years trying to convince to have us, and it was just kind of I don't think they necessarily knew what to expect with us, and it was kind of like an I don't think so, I don't think so. And then that shotgun, that afternoon shotgun Saturday, morning shotgun Sunday situation worked out really well for them. They liked that weekend. They loved having us. And they really were sad when I said that I wanted to rotate with Crow's Nest. They're like, can't you just come back every year? So I love working with courses that love having us like that. So I think the plan will be to kind of rotate between Paradise and Crow's Nest
Because you
every
know,
year
any of
with
those
that.
events you get closer to like southern Alberta, we really enjoy. We really like.
How far
Actually,
is
you played
Crow's
like
Nest
shit
from
there
from
last year,
you?
didn't you?
Yeah, that's because I hurt my wrist going into it. If I'm being
But you
honest, I'm
still,
not. I did play like
but
crap,
you still
but
played like shit, right?
yes,
Okay, I just want to put that out there.
He's
yeah,
just trying to get it
I
on
played really
record.
well that weekend.
yeah. It's too bad that was like the only weekend you played well.
Yeah, but I did play well one weekend.
One weekend.
So I don't even need to contribute here. Keep going.
That'd
I am looking forward to Crow's Nest Pass though, because
be fun. I haven't played there for a couple of years.
I think
How far
I've only
away
ever been
is
on the driving range.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
how far away is Crow's Nest from Medicine Hat?
Oh, it's 2.5.
2.5 hours. Yeah,
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's like, well, Lethbridge is like an hour 45, and it's probably another hour past Lethbridge.
It's actually like an hour and a half. I was a little surprised because I was expecting it to be maybe 45 minutes past Lethbridge.
Yeah, but I mean,
And
like, if you drive the way I drive, it's like max 2.5, 3 hours.
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
yeah. And my wife has a brother lives in Sparwood, so we're gonna actually make a little vacation of it. So
Perfect.
yeah, that's
Um,
why I'm really looking forward to that week because it's gonna be. I'm gonna play some golf in Sparwood. And,
Last time I played there, we camped at Beaver Mines and then drove in and played and then went back to Beaver Mines
right,
afterwards.
yeah, it's beautiful country
it is
down there.
beautiful
Like
spot.
that's that whole drive, honestly, down. I know it's not the drive you guys take, but from Calgary going south down Highway 22, like it's just so overwhelming. It's like it's God's country and it's like just this vast farmland and the
Mhm.
mountain, like it just everything. It feels like you're in real life Yellowstone,
And
like
we rented a cabin out in that area a few years ago and spent a week out there. And I'll tell you, it's the closest I've ever felt to being home in Newfoundland since I moved out here. It really was. It was just like being home.
shit. So it's
Yeah,
like Eastern Canada.
yeah.
Okay.
Other than mountains were really, really high, and back where I'm from, we only really have big hills, not really mountains,
Oh, okay,
but
fair
like
enough.
but like the terrain and you know, you wake up in the morning and you see just the fog and being in literally in the forest, right? I said it every morning I woke up, it's like being home. And I really love it out there, so because I miss home.
So it's been have you played Crow's Nest since the full renovation?
I actually I've never played it. I only did the driving range, but the time I went to the driving range there is when they were doing the renovations.
So were
They
you
were
down low by the highway or up top?
up top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
I played, what was that, 3 years ago
okay, so it's changed,
or 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Yeah, it's
which
changed since then
surprised
even.
me. Yeah, when
Oh,
I
okay.
went out to play with them this past summer, I was shocked. Number one, you know how like the trees on both the right and left really came in pretty tight, like, and if you hit that
Mhm.
downslope on either side, your ball was gone through the fence on the right or in the trees on the left. So they've opened that up and actually shifted the green over a little bit and back, which is crazy because 8T is back there, the par three, but they've moved the green 30 yards back.
Oh, wow.
They've made it bigger and they've removed a bunch of the left trees so that your line is because it almost kind of like was a very, very slight left dog leg, and now it's more straightforward. And you can just aim further left than you used to be able to and be okay. And then number two, super short uphill par four, coming right back to the clubhouse. The green is now on the other side of the pond. You now have to carry the water. So it used to be on the left, or sorry, on the right hand side. So they moved that green all the way to the left towards 1T, and you have to carry the water to get to the green now.
Oh, nice. So
It's
make it a little
it
more challenging.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was shocked. Those are the two really big changes. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. I don't think anything else really changed, but one and two, and then 8T, that par three behind number one, they just built a different back deck, which was higher because that one, the back deck used to be pretty low, like you were actually below the green and you couldn't really see much. And on that hole, I don't know if you remember, but there's a cliff that kind of cuts in before the green. So if you're short or you're right, you're screwed. And that was just a really weird shot, I think, from the tips back there. So they've now made a new tee box, raised it like the other tee boxes are raised, and put that kind of at the same level. So yeah, 1, 2, and 8.
So after the Southern Alberta Major, July the 11th, Turner Valley.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time since we've been there.
Yeah.
Really long time. We have there's a new pro there. Like a lot of what happens in some of these situations is it's like certain staff where we have relationships or we don't have relationships, and people come and go from different golf courses, right? So that was kind of why we hadn't gone back to Turner Valley, but now we've got a great relationship there, and I'm super excited for everyone to see Turner Valley again. I used to play it. I used to live in Okotoks. I used to play every Friday night, like a little twilight thing, and it's one of my favorite courses. So, and it should be in good shape in July as well.
And the next day, the 12th of July, is the, how did you pronounce it?
DRC.
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 DRC Ranch.
Yes, I have been trying since I started this tour to get DRC on the schedule. Um, I I cannot tell you. Again, this is kind of a staffing change situation, but I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally have them on there. The amount of text messages that I have gotten from people who, have kind of sprinkled their participation in the tour throughout the years, but we have always talked about DRC being on there, and I'm like, I've tried you guys, like in we just can't do it. They don't want to veer away from their corporate tournament package, and this year we finally were able to do it. So I'm so excited. It's probably, I got to be careful how I say this. It might be, with the exception of maybe Delacour, my favorite course, public course in the Calgary area.
My I have some family that lives on there, and they've been asking me, like they just moved there 2 years ago, I think. They're like, "Oh yeah, we should all get out and go play it." And they always say that every year, and I'm just like, "Yeah, we'll get out there." And then when I seen it pop up, I'm like, "Oh, there's an opportunity to go play." So I'm trying to convince them to maybe jump in on that one if there's spots available when it goes to the public to jump in and play because they're members there. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's actually a few. Well, back when I first started hosting my podcast, and I had a co-host named Darren Krause, he lives literally a hop, skip, and a jump from the course as well. That was one of the text messages I got. He's like, I might have to come out of retirement. So, yeah, very, very excited to be there. And I chose that course. Actually, this is how excited I am. I chose that course as the bag tag photo for this year. So there's some
nice.
intel. Yeah.
So then we go to July 18th, Red Tail Landing.
Yeah, so it's right by the Edmonton
Yeah.
airport. Literally at the airport. There will be planes taking off and landing the entire time.
Is that the one that's like along the highway? as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So again, really long time since we've been there. The last time we were there, there was just it was a really bad winter for Edmonton in general. Um, this was a really long time ago. I want to say it was like 2018. And I just took a break so that their course could get back into good shape, and then it sold to the Country Club Tour, the CCT, which is like a conglomerate of courses in the Edmonton area. And I just have have not had success in reaching back out since, and just I don't know. I actually on my way back from Vegas, baby, this is what happened. Um, on my way back from Vegas, baby, I was talking to my seat partner about the tour and everything, and all of a sudden the guy beside me across the aisle was like, "Hey, you into golf and you're from Edmonton? I'm one of the owners of the country club tour. You should have your tournaments at my courses." And I was like, okay, well, this worked out well. So yeah, everything just kind of spiraled from that. So that's exciting to have them back on. It's a very linksy style course again because it's linksy. The greens are tough. Um,
Like those
what
tough
I
green
will
courses.
always remember the last time we were at Redtail, um, now, again, the fairways were kind of dead, so we're talking a lot of run out. But there's this guy that played the tour, and I'm gonna clip this just for him, just to send it to him. But his name is Nick Trites. He's from Edmonton. He hit a 425-yard drive
Damn.
on one of the holes. I can't even remember. I think it might have been 18. Um, but again, downwind and dead grass. He had a lot of help. But I mean, the guy can hit his pitching wedge like 200 yards, so it's not like out of the realm of crazy for him. But yeah, that's my most vivid memory of being at Redtail in the past.
Then the day after, the 19th, July 19th, the quarry.
Back at the quarry. So we were there last year. That it's usually a course that we can only make it to once every 3 years or so. It's just kind of what they're most comfortable with. I shot my shot just to see if maybe they'd have us back because they are arguably the top public course in the Edmonton area. And they said yes. So yay.
It's one of the ones that's been on our radar to kind of play. So we want to get up towards Edmonton to play this year. And I know you want to go up to um,
Trestle.
Trestle.
Trestle would be a good one to go to if we can get that weekend.
Yeah, but I'd like to go up and play the quarry. So
When we do both.
that might be my weekend to go to Edmonton. So, but then the weekend after is another major, but it's the match play major, July
Yes.
25th and 26th
Anoka.
in Panoka
Yeah.
again, because this is a regular one as well, right?
That is a regular one. It's nice because it's in the middle and it's slightly closer to Edmonton also because Edmonton kind of gets the shaft on, when we go to the mountains and stuff like that. They're just an
That's
extra
okay, though.
3 hours.
Totally fine.
Well, I think that's maybe why the registration for the Edmonton events is a little lower than everything else. I'm sitting here looking at all my numbers because I make them travel more. Maybe they're mad at me. But yeah, it's a good one. The course loves having us. They're the ones that, like last year before we sold out and sold out and sold out extra brackets, we were going to do a horse race. And that was their idea. And then we became way too many people to do a horse race, and they've got a 19th hole. So they're like, well, let's do a shootout instead. Like that, they love having us there. And the course is just set up really nicely to do the 2 9-hole matches situation. I've got the little covered patio underneath the balcony where I can plug in my printer, and I'm quickly entering all these results and reprinting new scorecards so everyone knows where they get strokes with the new person they're against on the back nine. And it's like it's a crazy event for me because I'm literally running between multiple tee boxes, printing scorecards and doing everything. Hopefully I have staff members that can help me with that this year.
Yeah, you did a
But
pretty good job last year.
yeah, did you ever see me relaxing last year?
No, you were run off your feet, but you still did a pretty good job.
Yeah, sometimes I'm literally chasing groups down the 10th hole, like, here's your scorecards. But that one's just so much fun. We've still got room there. We're only at 27 players. I left room for 64 again, so maybe we don't go to 64 this year. I don't know. But that's just because of the format being so different than stroke play. That's one of the more popular events for the year for sure.
Yeah, match play is just different.
Yeah, you played that last year, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I lost in a couple tight spots, and then I think I finished fifth. Yeah, yeah. I think I finished fifth in my bracket.
And then we come to the premier event. It's the only premier event on the tour this year.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. Yeah, it's just getting so difficult to book these private courses. They every year it's like they take more and more space for even corporate tournaments that do like a full shotgun and a full meal and like book out the whole course for the whole day. It's tough to even get 60 spots like we usually do. So, and even Mickelson was, I mean, as you kind of noted from some of the emails, I thought we were confirmed, and all of a sudden there was a staffing change, and all of a sudden we weren't confirmed, and all of a sudden pricing couldn't get confirmed, and there it was a little sketchy after I released the schedule, but we got it all figured out thankfully, and
I'd be sad to see
it stayed
that
on the schedule.
So would I. I mean, we've played it now
twice or three times, I guess.
Three
if you count it
times.
on before.
Yeah, but for the tour,
Yeah.
it's the only event we've played both years,
Yes.
right? So it's one of my favorites. I talk about it all the time. And again, it's probably that posh, we get to play a private course type thing, right? But I like that course. Even though last year I was sick as a dog when I played, but
yeah, even your
Yeah,
vertigo.
no vertigo.
yeah, I was in rough shape. Didn't know if I was actually going to be able to do it.
You were in rough shape on the driving range that morning.
I was.
I was watching the Waste Management today actually, and someone had to back out of the tournament because they had vertigo, and now I can't remember who it was. I was like, oh my God. He Alvined, except he like actually WD'd.
Yeah.
JJ
When
Spawn,
Blair
maybe?
looked
I can't
over
remember who it was.
driving range, he goes, "You okay? You don't look good." And I was like, "No, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this."
Nothing breakfast sandwich can't fix.
Well, I literally force fed myself that breakfast sandwich. But I think I started triple bogey, double bogey, bogey par. So I worked my way down. Felt pretty good after I got through the first few holes. Started to feel a little normal. And you kind of keep all that stuff to yourself. You don't really, because I actually was golfing with three guys that day that I had never golfed with before, and I didn't want to really put it out there. I'm not really feeling well because you don't want to put those guys off their game either. You just suck it up and go do it, right? So, but it was still Mickelson. I still enjoyed playing there, and I'm pretty sure, probably 99.9%, I will be there again this year.
Yeah, I love it.
I think someone else probably enjoyed playing there too.
Yeah, I'll always remember Mickelson because that's where I got my first tour win.
Fuck, I had to.
Even carded a 79, which was nice.
Yeah, right?
Under 80. It was a solid
80.
round. And I think I took a bogey or a double on the final hole too, so it could have been better.
I think I started triple, double, bogey, and then on the first one, I think I racked off like 6 pars in a row when I straightened myself out, and then I kind of blew up a little bit on the back. Number 18, I didn't do too bad on the par 5 that I usually just fucking shellac.
Number 11.
Number 11, but number 18, I blew up on 18 because I didn't have much left in the tank. I was actually just operating on fumes. I think the fairway is only literally like 8 feet off of the tee box, and I think it took me 3 shots to get it to the fairway from that tee box. So, and one of the guys I was playing with, I hit my tee shot, and I don't have a great swing anyways. And he goes, "Alvin, that looked like the tiredest swing I have ever seen in my life." I think the ball literally just fell off the tee, and I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck, whatever. I got nothing left." But I did rack off 6 pars in a row on that course, and if I could show up and not be sick, I would like to see what I could do with that course now.
Well, again, it's the more you play the courses, the more familiar you get, right?
Again, so the first time you played a course for the second time on tour, you won, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's familiarity.
Well, I just
being familiar with the course is definitely beneficial.
The practice round helped because it kind of let my eyes see a couple of things of I look at when I'm looking off the tee box and I'm like, well, I feel like that's closer than it is. And then you hit a ball and you're like, no, it's actually exactly what it says it is. You just have to trust it and it's fine. And there's a lot more room to miss that way than, missing another way. So no, it
Yeah,
was
the
good. I played
mounding
with,
is very
who did I play
deceptive.
with? I played with Brian and who's the bigger ginger guy?
Devin Wade?
No, no, I played with Devin at the Tour Championship last year. He's in the D flight.
Let's see. Pairings.
Is it Brian? I want to say it's Brian. Brian and I can't remember. I thought it was Brian and someone.
Oh no, Lance Davis.
Yes, yeah.
Lance Davis. Sorry, I sing his name because CJ has a song for him. And Byron Sai, and
Yeah,
then
Byron. That's what it
the
was.
younger kid, Ryder Bittman.
Yes, and Ryder. Yeah, yeah. It was three guys
Yeah,
I'd never played with before. You played with Ryder
I played with
Paradise.
Ryder at Paris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it was
Lance and Byron are down in Phoenix right now playing all of my favorite courses. Very
nice.
jealous. Except they
Nice.
didn't. Lance texted me asking if I was down there because I was just like freaking out over all their pictures. And I was like, no, I'm not. And are you going to the tournament? And he's like, we actually didn't even know till we got down here that it was the Waste Management this week. And I was
What?
like, did you not wonder why golf and hotels were like triple what they usually cost? He's like, I don't know. Who was it? James Core. He's like, James just books everything and I just pay the bill that he gives me.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
another guy. James will be another guy that'll be probably heading up into the B flight eventually here. His game's pretty
Yeah, he's gonna
solid
be
too.
getting pretty close.
Well, then after Mickelson comes Tour Championship.
Yeah, new rotation this year.
New
You
rotation.
didn't
Let's
you
talk
weren't
about the
happy
new
with
rotation.
Wildstone. Yeah, I had to take
Just for
Wildstone off
Alvin.
just for Alvin. Just for Alvin. He didn't like it.
Well, it was kind of funny because I played better the second time, but not great. But I'm kind of, I'll put it out there. I'm kind of disappointed it's not there because I really wanted to go play it again.
Well, you can still go early and play or something.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're going to make a little bit of a holiday out of that one too because I think my wife was going to join me this time and
Nice.
probably not
Well,
come to
and
golf, but we're going to go out there and spend some time out there, I think.
we're changing things up a little. I mean, obviously, we're still going to have the big break competition that'll be at Bootleg. We're not going to do a horse race because it just you can't the routing doesn't allow for something like that at Shadow Mountain. Um, and it was just, even for me, having three activities is too much. I just realized I put the wrong order on there.
Bootlegs
Bootleg was,
twice?
yeah, first and last, just like Wildstone was.
So we start on the Thursday at Bootleg.
Bootleg, then St. Eugene is
Yeah,
next
St.
on
Eugene's always
Friday,
second, right?
Friday is St.
Yeah,
Eugene. And then
Shadow.
Saturday will be Shadow Mountain, and
yeah,
Sunday we'll be back to Bootleg Gap.
correct. Yeah, Bootleg was so good to us. They've always been good to us. Last year was just a little extra. You can tell they really love having us there. They really appreciate our business. Our pace was not good last year, so
I'm
it
not
took a
shocked, of course. It
lot
just pissed me
of
off.
convincing. Took a lot of convincing to let us have the 2 rounds, especially start at 8 a.m. on the Sunday because we're determining their pace for the entire day, and we cannot do what happened last year. Um, in terms of Wildstone being off, I'm sad about it too. It is the best conditioned course in the area. Those finishing 4 holes can change a lot of things coming in. Um, I'll be completely honest about why I made that decision. The last few years, they've made us feel like an inconvenience, mostly on the Sunday.
Hmm.
Um, we were really short on driving range balls last year, and that's happened every year. The carts are never out or ready to go for when people show up to warm up on that Sunday morning. And I got told last year that I went and asked because I had to tee off first, right? So that I could be in to do scoring and take everyone's pictures and trophy presentations without trophies because I forgot them. And
You have to do it in a cool way, though.
it was pretty awesome. But I got told That there was because like we were down to bare bones in the bottom of that bin. So I'm like, I go to scoop out a basket for myself, and I'm like, there's like 50 balls left here, and I'm one of the first ones scooping this. Like, how are 64 people gonna have range balls? So I go in and I'm like, hey, like, is the bin gonna get refilled? Because like, a lot of people want to warm up this morning. Well, maybe if you wouldn't have wasted them all Thursday night. And it was kind of like, you know what? We do that big break competition every year. You've known about it since December. You could have arranged a pick on the range in between Thursday night and Sunday morning when those balls were needed.
That just seems like
But
a regular
somehow
thing to
that,
do.
yeah. Um, but, and again, this is the third year in a row I kind of got that attitude on the Sunday morning. And so I've really leaned into this year booking with courses who appreciate us, who really want us there, and who give that feeling of wanting to have us there. So it's so unfortunate because the course itself is amazing. I just that kind of ticked me off. And again, it was 3 years in a row, and I was like, it'll get better, it'll get better, and it just kept getting worse. And that comment was kind of the one where I was like, okay, I'm done. And if they happen to hear this, maybe they'll reach out. They haven't even reached out about us not booking again. They haven't noticed or they don't care. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so that's why I made that decision. And I've had a few people wishing that we were at Shadow Mountain the first year that we were out there for championship. It's so hard.
I've
It's
heard
a
that. I'm excited to
very
try it.
difficult course. Um, and when we were there last, they didn't have a lot of sand in the bunkers. And
Ugh,
with that, I mean some of them were concrete, impossible to hit out of. So I'm
butter.
hoping that that's been improved. I didn't play it last year. A couple people did, and I asked if the bunkers were any better, but I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. So, but yeah, we're still St. Eugene on the Friday and still doing the cookout Friday night. And then Saturday will just be the round. No horse race, nothing,
Perfect.
just the round. And
Yeah.
then yeah, Sunday morning.
To be honest, we weren't horse racing again.
No, we
So
were going to go spend some time in Kimberley this year because last year was kind of that was our first tour championship. We wanted to be involved in the extracurricular activities, um, and I found that we didn't get a lot of time to spend in Kimberley exploring
Yeah.
because we would get home, have to go to bed because we got a tea time in the morning, right? And this year when we go out, I want to do a little more exploring and not so much. I want to go play my round of golf and then just enjoy the area more.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
But if we didn't do it last year, and this is where first time you're doing stuff. If we didn't do it last year, we would have been driving home going, "Geez, maybe we should have went and did the extracurricular activities, right?"
Yeah.
So
you gotta have the
you got to
experience.
have the experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's fun and you get to know a bunch of people in a horse race in a situation like that, but it was even for me, for me to go out, play an entire round of golf because I was playing. That day at Bootleg last year was so hot. It was like, do you remember? It was like 37 degrees.
Mhm.
And everyone is just, we've got heat stroke. I remember lying down on a tee box in the, like, because I was just trying to find shade and I couldn't stand anymore. And my knee was out. Like, it was like a whole thing. I'm trying to pour water all over myself. It was so hot. And between playing that whole round, trying to make it through without getting full-blown heat exhaustion, then trying to come in, do scoring on the patio until all the horse race people are in, and then try to arrange someone to collect scorecards for me who isn't doing the horse race, go run the horse race, play in the horse race, and then go play extra holes at the end of the horse race, and then go home and figure out everyone's tee times that start at 8 a.m. the next day and
A
be there
lot.
for 6:30
A
and then
lot.
realize there's no staff there until 7. Yeah, it was way too much for me even. So I mean, if people, there's not gonna be time to do a horse. I was gonna say if they want to do their own, they can, but there's no time. The routing doesn't favor something like that. It's just We'll just settle down. We don't need to do something every single night after the round. So bootleg will be round one, the big break competition. St. Eugene, round two will be the cookout. And then that's it.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
looking at St. Eugene. St. Eugene was good.
I enjoyed St.
That's
Eugene.
the easier of the three.
Yeah.
And then I've
So
heard
just don't hit 3-wood on your second shot on 18.
I didn't hit 3 though.
I did. And I put it right in the water.
I actually laid up nicely, and then I absolutely flubbed the wedge and put it in the water, and that made me so angry because I played the whole solo.
I hit a really good drive on 18, and I was kind of underneath. And again, never played there. Kind of underneath the little hill there, the little rise. And I'm like, oh, I can put a 3-wood up there. And I'm just like, I'm going to be chipping on. This is
No, you're talking about
no, I was St. Eugene.
No, that's
no
18.
no. You're
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about bootleg.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, because the water was hidden there on the par five.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
On
yeah,
18. You're talking about bootleg.
Right.
Because you go around and you thought you could see it, and then you
Yeah.
didn't know there was a massive pond there.
Yeah, I put a ball right in that water. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is why, Alvin, you need some type of like GPS map situation.
Hey, I got a
Rangefinder?
rangefinder now.
Well, that's good, but rangefinders don't tell you when there's ponds around the corner.
No, that's what a yardage book would do if these,
They had a yardage
Big
book
ass
because I
posh-
got one that day.
big ass posh courses would have yardage books. And yeah, you got one. I didn't get one. I didn't know they had any.
Well, you can ask. Do you have a voice?
Well, see, usually they fucking have them out when you like walk in the place. Actually, you don't have to ask for them. Fuck, even Cottonwood Cooley here has fucking yardage books. It's like a par 66.
Medicine Hat doesn't have one though.
No, they don't actually.
Cottonwood and Redcliffe have them.
Have them.
Yeah. I was talking to your friend Carrie over at the golf course the other day. I asked her about you, and she's like, "It's funny because we've never actually met." She's like, "But we always do the was it the March Madness or something draft or whatever it was?"
Actually Medicine Hat won the very first one that I ever did. That was back in like 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at sponsoring their golf cart for the season, or their beverage cart for the season. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. We keep in touch still often.
Yeah, you'll have to get down here at some point.
I know. I still got to get Alvin his prize from the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot.
What did you win?
What did I win? I won the whole,
I don't remember exactly. I've got it written
like a
down.
whole bunch of shit.
The only guy I know that ever wins anything on Instagram. It's crazy.
Well, you don't enter.
Well, no, because nobody ever wins anything.
Alvin won an OGO bag, like a duffel bag, a Stanley, like an AGT Stanley, a hat, and a cooler.
Nice haul.
Yeah. I know I tagged you in it.
You probably did. Honestly, I entered so many and I just got tired of not winning anything, so I'm just like, screw it.
Should have kept entering.
Yeah, you don't
now Alvin's won something.
I get it.
Chris won a tournament. Alvin won a prize. There you go.
I'm good with my end.
I would give up my prize package for sure.
No, I want a major now. It's a major.
Well, again, that's you. I mean, you got to win. Now you want to win a major.
I have 2 majors and 1 regular season event. My 1 regular season event, I was pregnant with CJ. I only remember the winner's photo because I stood sideways for it to stick out my belly. And I won the season opening major, one of the COVID years when we got rescheduled to August long weekend. And it was at Stewart Creek, and I played really well there. That was before we moved over to Copper Point. And then I won the match play major at Pinoca one year because I am good at fucking with people's heads. But
you say that all the time.
It's too big for me to play. There's no way on earth, unless I somehow had to fill in last second, which I think is what happened that year. There's just no way I could ever play that event because I don't even have time to eat or breathe during that event, let alone play.
So we've talked to a bunch of people down here, and hopefully I think we need to track this upcoming season. How many people from Medicine Hat we get to come to these events this year? Because if we can get more people from Medicine Hat to go to these events, the more likely we can try and get events down here.
Yeah.
But I think
Well, and
you,
every time I
I
get one
think
from
you,
Medicine Hat, I pair them with you in case you haven't noticed. That's happened every
and
time
actually
I
the
have
guy you
someone.
paired us with for you paired me with for Speargrass,
Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah.
We've golfed with him down here now a couple times.
Nice.
We see him on the
That's
course
awesome.
and we always stop and talk and yeah.
That's perfect.
So
And
I'm
then the
hoping
other
he
guy got a hole in one. Did you know this? Because I didn't even know this till the final day. No one told me. He
give
got a
it a
hole
good.
in one during round one at Wildstone at Tour Championship last year. And then he WD'd because he needed to leave and get on the highway on the Sunday. Except he came in to like pick up his flag and I was already done playing my round. He didn't need to WD at all. But anyway, yeah, the other Mark
Marcus.
Cuss, yes, that was his name. Yeah, made a hole in one on 13 at Wildstone during Tour Championship. But like
Crazy.
nobody told me.
There's
It
nobody
was
tell you
so
somebody got a
weird.
hole in one.
I remember the hole in one at Mickelson last year that the guy got. Like I remember hearing about it because it was a talk of the tournament.
Yeah, I did a pretty sick reel on that. Did you see that one?
Yep.
You're probably wondering how I got here. I was really proud of that one.
Oh, we're excited. I'm excited for the golf for the AGT season. I mean, I don't know how many events we're going to get into. I mean, the plan is always to get as many as possible, but we'll see what life dictates here.
We uh we have talked to a few people down here about going to an event. And again, I think that if you're going to do your from down here when we talk to our pals, the event you get into, if you want to get into your first event, it has to be Strathmore because it's a day trip. You don't have to really plan anything; just show up
Yep.
and play it, right?
Yeah.
About 2 hours, hour
Yeah.
45 up the highway. It's not bad.
Get out, do your warm up. Hopefully it
It-
doesn't rain.
It's a nice course. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I'll
I
never
got
forget
rain
that
here now.
because you basically withdrew on the back because it
Yeah.
was so bad, and then
He
Leah's
didn't
giving us the
basically
gears.
withdraw. He
Or
fucking
no, well
stopped
he did
playing.
withdraw, but Leah was giving us the gears. She's like, I haven't had to cancel events in however many years, and now you guys come on tour, and we
Oh yeah, we were getting that label for a while.
yeah
Years of rain.
Hmm.
yeah. It was that one, and what was the other one that we brought rain to?
Mickelson.
Oh yeah, it was
The
Mickelson.
first
That's
year at
right.
Mickelson.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's when I almost lost my driver out of my head and on the tee box on that par five.
That's right.
Number
Yeah, that
11, is it?
was
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, number 11.
I think that's the rainiest tournament we have ever actually played through. That was
Well, it's
awful.
crazy because our practice round for Mickelson this past year, it was like we got delayed by like almost 2 hours. And we weren't even sure if we were going to get our practice round in. And I'm like, my God, please don't rain tomorrow. And it turned out to be a beautiful day, thankfully. But
Yes. No, that course is just the way that the clouds come off the mountains and the angle that everything comes off at. Like that course gets hit so hard so often. So it's not out of the ordinary there.
yeah,
Cart cover,
makes the Linksy
rain
style a
cover.
little bit tougher, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite spots to go.
Yeah, it's a great course.
Well, there we are.
That's
2026
it.
schedule.
Can I tell you guys one secret? I haven't even dropped to the membership yet.
Ooh,
Yep.
yes,
May as well.
absolutely.
May as well do it here.
I thought it was a good time. So I've been talking to, there's a pro from Ontario who has created his own system. So after last year and reading all the surveys, I mean, we did a podcast about this, but the complaint that I get, and it's kind of the only complaint I get, is pace of play. Last year, growing 40%, I was not expecting. So I didn't have staff in place. And as you know, I'm like running from registration, giving, and if it's not your tea time, you're not allowed at registration, right? Like that had to be my rule because I could only deal with so many people at once. Give you your scorecard, ask if you want snips, 50-50, whatever. Go to the tee, announce you, run back to the registration table, do the same thing over and over again for 4 hours straight. And then because it's been 4 hours, my first group's coming in. So then I got to do scoring. I don't get out on the course. I can't deal with pace. And I looked into Tag Marshall, which is like a GPS based pace of play system where I can monitor and it would show me physically, like on a monitor, where everyone is.
Done a lot
But
of
it was
parts, right?
like, What's that?
That's on a lot of carts at some of the clubs,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep. And even like Alberta Golf uses it. Like they have like just a little thing that clips onto somebody's bag or goes in their pocket or whatever. But it was like 12 to $15,000 just to like, yeah, get it set up. And then every year I would have to pay extra. It was like another 3 to 5,000 just to map the courses because we're not at the same course every time. So then they're like mapping all these new courses. I don't have that kind of money and I'm not raising my fees that much. So that just was not an option. So I started talking to on LinkedIn. I started seeing this pro from Ontario started posting about this thing. So I reached out and asked because he kept kind of saying like, if your club needs this, and I was like, what about a tour? And he's like, actually, I've been wanting a tour to try this out. So it's not GPS based, unfortunately, because that's just too expensive. I was literally getting to the point where I was gonna like buy Apple AirTags for everyone in their group. But then sometimes they start beeping, right? Like, and if they're out of zone from wherever, and I'm like, if they start beeping in the middle of a tournament and someone's trying to hit their shot, like that's not gonna work either. So this guy's got basically you check into a website. So I load every group in there. And what I'm gonna do, this is just my trial for this year to see if I can get it to work the way I'm imagining it will. So I'll have a sign with a QR code set up on every third tee box. So when you get to that tee box, so you're done 3 holes, you get to 4T, or you're walking 2-4 or whatever, someone in your group needs to log your pace at that point. And every 3 holes, someone in your group needs to log your pace. So you just scan this QR code and click find your name or whatever, find your group and click check in or whatever it is. So then it'll tell me where you are if you're in relation to the pace that I'm expecting out of you. So I've already inputted that data before the tournament and it'll tell me if you're like 2 minutes behind, like, the carts will tell you you're 4 minutes behind or you're 7 minutes ahead. And so it's kind of a more manual way, unfortunately, but again, it's just the most cost effective way to do it. Um, and so, yeah, we're going to be monitoring pace with this new system. And I'm going to be hiring staff as well. So that's why you saw a little bump. It's $4 per registration is what I had to bump up on everyone because everyone's like, oh my God, the price is increased. I increased it 4 to help pay for staff at the events and to help pay for this pace of play system. Anything else is golf course related. And so, yeah, we're going to have staff who will hopefully help at registration and on the first tee and scoring so that I can get on the golf course and actually manage pace of play.
Oh no,
And
the pace of play Nazi's back.
these little check-in points are going to serve as because then it'll show up on my end on the back end, it'll flag and
And
it'll
then
be
you'll see
like,
that little golf cart tracing out towards your hole.
oh yeah, that's when your tail needs to go between your legs because I am mad. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, I wish it wasn't that manual for you guys to have to do that, but it is what it is to be more cost effective.
What
It
happens
was
when the
that or
first group
try
doesn't
and
scan?
I haven't decided that yet. Like I want to scare people with penalty strokes, I'm not gonna lie. Log your pace. It's required. That someone in your group needs to do it. It's required. Um, and
And
we
truly,
might also,
for on course management, that is the ultimate penalty is to get a stroke penalty.
It's true.
yeah,
It's true. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because I mean, you can see all the sides of the pace of play arguments all the time that come
Yep.
up on the Facebook and the Instagrams and stuff. It's hilarious. Guys are like, "Oh, you should be playing rounds in like 3 hours," and I'm like, okay." I was like, maybe like four and a quarter is more probably in tune if you're, playing a good course. But
well, the nice thing about this program is so it'll, someone logs their pace and say it sends me a red flag. They're 17 minutes behind. It'll tell me exactly where they should be. So say they're on 11 green. Well, they should be on 13 fairway right now. So this is a problem. We flagged it and it like sends me this big red thing. I think it uses the word intervention needed. So then I race out there and figure out what's going on. But the other nice thing is it calculates kind of like it gives you a time frame. In 20 minutes, I need to see you guys here. And so it gives people kind of an attainable, measurable way to correct where they're at. And even if I have to correct them a couple of times, it's not like, close the gap. That's okay. What if I don't? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if it's like in 20 minutes, you're supposed to be on 13 fairway right now, you're on 11 green, you're about to putt out in 20 minutes. I would like to see you on the 14th tee or whatever it is, right? And kind of give you that measurable number of like a time and exactly where you should be at that time. And if you're not, that's where a stroke can come in.
Well, I think a lot of that stuff just comes from people looking for balls for too long, obviously, or
Yes.
just dicking around and not playing ready golf. Like you always say, right? Like if you're not swinging, you're doing your routine and you're getting ready so that you can hit the ball as soon as the other person hits it,
Yeah.
and away you go. I mean, we had a really good because we walked most of the like on our home course this year because we walked all the time. It's like when you walk, we've said this numerous times. It's a different experience, right? But you have to play ready golf in order to keep the pace. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no chance of you getting around 18 holes in a proper pace.
Yeah. Walking is actually the reason I never saw my hole in one.
Oh,
I have
really?
one hole in one, and it was like an elevated tee box. I hit, and it was a front pin, and I landed on the fringe, and I'm like, oh fuck, whatever. It'll be a decent putt. So I saw it land on the fringe. I turned around to go put my club in and get moving because that's what you should be doing when you're walking. Well, the fucking ball went in the hole.
Oh, that would have been so
Like I had the
aggravating.
perfect view from an elevated box and everything, but I was so worried about pace that I did not see my ball go in. So anyways, but yeah, like when you're walking, absolutely. You got to keep going and get going. And even if you're not, from the cart, you can kind of, is there 150 post or rock or whatever, you can kind of figure out what's the wind doing. My yardage, I'm kind of expecting to be, 153. Okay, I think I'm going to hit this club. But then when you get up there, maybe you see the wind is doing something different. But like it's between two clubs. You've already like done a lot of work before you
Yeah.
got to the ball. And I am just tired of these slow rounds. I cannot deal with it anymore. And a lot of people on the tour are sick of dealing with it. So
No,
it's
that's
time
fair.
to, yeah, I'm gonna be out there being the pace police, and we'll have staff running the first tee and the registration and the scoring. And people are going to have to be answering to me if they're slow.
Like it. Well, people
I'm
in
going to be
carts
everyone's
wouldn't just
best friend.
what's that? Yeah. Well, people in carts wouldn't just drive to their ball, hit, and then drive 5 feet to their other person's ball and hit. It's just like, come on, guys. But
It's
there's
crazy.
always ways around it, right? Like I think that'll be a great thing for the league this year.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard the tour.
Again, pace of play.
And I mean, it can ruin a person's round.
You bet. You bet. Pace of play is
Yeah.
important, and it's important for us. It's important for the AGT to continue maintaining their relationships
Yep.
with courses if you're maintaining pace of play, right?
100%.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. No,
Yeah.
I'm excited for everything you've put on the schedule. It looks awesome. I'm really excited to hopefully try and get out and play some of these courses that we haven't played,
Yep.
and to return to some of our favorites that are still on there, and just see what the third year on tour brings.
But yeah, so before we wrap it up here, let's talk about your registration engagement at the beginning of this year.
Like literally so crazy. Um, Day one, we ended up, gosh, now I'm going to have to do new math in my head. I think it was by 4 p.m. we had quadrupled my best day one that I had ever had. But by the end of the day, by like 11 p.m., I think we 5 timesed it.
Five
Yeah, we
times.
So
five
that's like
timesed it.
people signing up for the tour.
Yeah, for their tournaments or
Okay.
getting their membership. Like, because a lot of people already had their memberships by that point. And yeah, and then, which I haven't gone on and talked about, in our first week of registration being open, we actually surpassed the entire early bird sale from last year.
Holy crud. Damn.
Yeah, like nuts.
How
It's
are,
been crazy.
how are you like,
Um,
and it's like, it's got to be, I don't know if it's shocking, but it's like the amount of growth that you continue to see year over year, at least since we've been involved. And I mean, it goes back further than that, I'm sure. But like in just the 3 years that we've been involved, it seems like it's growing and growing and growing. And it's insane.
it is like I can't even, I'm just pulling up my last weekly email here from Blue Golf. So this was 4 days ago. I get this every Sunday night. We are, I mean, year over year right now. This is not going to stick, but um membership is up 50% over last year, like date to the date. And tournament registration is, yeah, up 508%. So,
Everybody's getting in early.
yeah. Yeah, so it is insane. It is wild to me. Um
I think
I'm
you got a good product here, and it's for people that enjoy this sport and they want to go and challenge themselves. And again, whether you're a 30 handicapper or a scratch golfer, you can go and play and compete against people at your level at all these really nice golf courses all over Alberta and eastern BC. And there's something there for everyone.
yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah, I
talk about,
think
and I don't want to, make your head swell too big, but I talk about this tour every fucking day. Every fucking day at work, I talk about this with my golf buddies every fucking day. Today, I know this will be a few days, but today I was talking about having Leah on the podcast talking about the Alberta Golf Tour. And if you want to jump into an event, listen to the fucking podcast and listen to the places we're talking about. Go on Instagram. Some of my buddies don't really do the social media thing, so they don't have Instagram or Facebook or anything. And I was like, go listen to the podcast, listen to where we are, where the tour is going, and pick a fucking event to go to. Because if it's close enough that you would go, almost guaranteed me and Chris are going to be there. And we can literally go and fucking play around together at these courses because Leah will just set us up with these people.
yeah,
To just fucking go do it.
just fucking go do it.
Just fucking go do it. Right? I've been at Clark and not necessarily McKeon, but Dave, like, come and play. Let's go to Strathmore, all of us, and play in an event. And just go play around the golf, right? And don't really necessarily worry about the score. But let's just go play Strathmore together. I want more people from down here to go. And again, we've met everybody we meet on the golf course, because this is one of the things that my personal growth in the game is I'm okay with playing with strangers now. Whereas if a couple years ago I really wasn't that comfortable playing with strangers. I played with more people last year at Medicine Hat and on tour as well than I've played golf with since I've started this in 2021. Like I played with a lot of people last year, and every time we play with new people, we always talk about this tour. Right? We always talk about this tour because it's like, if we can get more people from Southern Alberta to go and play in these events, there's always a better chance that we can get an event down here. And I know the courses themselves because I do know we chatted about Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
They fill up so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
I mean, it's like the nicest course down here. So
easily. It's way better than Desert Bloom, by the way.
And Connaught, not my favorite, so not a fan of that place. I literally was it last year or the year before?
Year before.
We
never played there last year.
We never played there last year because the last time we played there, and I put the Connaught scorecard in my bag, and I looked at you and said, "That's the last Connaught scorecard I will ever put in my golf bag." And I don't think I'll be back.
Yeah, and it's tough down there because it's so far away from the major centers that it almost has to be a major. But our majors are so kind of ingrained already, right? Like the Copper Point and the Pinoca, and then that June weekend, like we found out last year, they already have stuff going on that weekend. So it's just
But if we can get more people from down here to go to an event. That way, if you schedule an event down here, we at least have
and
a
just do a
fair
single
amount of
day. Yeah,
participation already from Southern Alberta,
yeah,
right? So
totally.
that, it gives us the Forgotten Corner here, its own little niche event on the tour, right?
Well, and I've actually, what's interesting with some of the growth is I've been getting a lot of comments and emails from people in Saskatchewan and Manitoba as well. They don't have anything like this out there. I'm a little nervous. I mean, I'm from Saskatchewan, so I would love to expand there.
Well, that explains a lot.
But it's well, and that's the thing is it's like you guys would probably be just as close to a potential Saskatchewan event, right?
We're like half hour, 45 minutes from the border.
Well, we're not gonna have it in Walsh, but or Maple Creek.
Maple Creek's not bad. That course isn't terrible.
Let's go to Gull Lake and play on the Sand Green Farmers Field.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's I've played a few of those sand greens. I've learned to golf on sand greens, but yeah, it's a question. And actually there is a next gen tournament in Warman last year where I ran into someone, he used to be a tour pro who was interested in maybe helping run some events up there. So I think that's probably not going to happen this year, but if I can hire staff and kind of get people going here without me, where we can operate on more than a one person, because like I can barely run the events by myself. Like, could you imagine Cody having to run a 100-person event without me there?
I know exactly how that would go.
Poor guy. My ADHD works in that way quite well, and he does not have that. So, um, but if I can get kind of set up here and have the freedom to go to Saskatchewan maybe and run a few, like maybe 3 events or something. We started here with 3 events in the first year, and look where it's grown to. They're really struggling. I've always talked myself out of Saskatchewan because they have so many really good open tournaments there. But the problem is they're open tournaments. They're not flighted necessarily. The winner is the winner. And so they're really veered towards the scratch golfer. And anyone 3 handicap and higher doesn't really have a chance against some of those scratch or plus handicap golfers. So it's it's something that they say that they need. And it's interesting to think about maybe going out there.
Western Canada Tour.
Yeah, yeah. Could get bigger and bigger. The way she's expanding, you never know.
Well, I'm not expanding though. Like I never want to lose. Listen, the way that this tour started, I don't know if we've ever really talked about that, but it started because a bunch of us played a different tour that was run from people from Ontario. And year over year, it got bigger. And eventually, they just started treating us like their bank account and not like customers.
Mm-hmm.
And like we owed them something for them putting on these tournaments, not like they were never appreciative that we were there at their tournaments. Like that whole feeling, same reason I changed championship venues, right? Like that feeling is very important to me. So I don't ever want to lose that. And I know, I even get comments sometimes from some people where it's like, yeah, Cody did a fine job. Like if I'm not there, he did a fine job, but it wasn't the same without you. And I understand that. But at the same time, if anyone should be able to duplicate what I do and how I do it, it's my husband. But it's a personality thing, it's an atmosphere, and it's just that feeling that I want to make sure everyone knows that I appreciate that they're there. And I don't want to lose that
bashing
because
them, dissing them, and being mad at them.
listen,
Yes.
that's my love language and everyone knows it. And that's the thing is I do think everyone actually knows that,
Again,
right?
You're from Saskatchewan. It just makes so much sense now.
Yes. So, I mean, I get scared of expanding because I don't want to lose, like, Leah's too good to be at the Alberta events now because she's so busy expanding. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to ever feel like that.
Absolutely.
So I
It's
don't
kind of funny
ever.
because we're friends. We hung out a little bit now, but if I was going to go to an AGT event, don't take this personally, but I don't think I would really care if you were there or not. because I'm going to go for the golf and to try and do the best I can. That's kind of why I'm on tour. The friendships and seeing the people.
It's a bonus if you are.
It's
there,
a bonus if you
but,
are, but
yeah.
I'm really going to play golf. So I think
Well, maybe the
somebody's gonna
difference, and again, not everyone makes the comments, and maybe the difference is I have inside jokes with people that Cody doesn't know about. So, I see people and I bug them, but that's the thing is they love getting bugged or whatever it is, right? Whereas Cody is a little bit more professional and he's more formal and he doesn't
Maybe we should
talk
have
to
had him on the
people.
podcast tonight.
Right?
A little professional.
He's just in the
and
other
a
room.
little more presidential.
Yeah, he
He'd
would be
probably be
much more
wearing his Oilers
presidential.
jersey trying to tell us how they're all so great.
Yeah, no, we don't need
Oh,
that.
not lately. Let's not even go there right now. Olympic break is much needed.
Yeah.
Man, how about Leon ripping into the coaches and the goalie the other night? Anyway, we're not going to go there. I didn't like Skinner, but I don't like Jari more.
That was a bad trade. They should have waited and traded for Stolars from the Leafs.
Oh, he put on a show the other night. That felt like a Battle of Alberta.
That
was an intense game.
That was basically like, I'm a Leafs fan, and I'm like, that was more or less an audition to say, look what you could have had if you waited. That's kind of what that felt like.
Yeah,
All right,
it was.
Tristan Jarry.
Jarry's not bad, but he's basically Skinner 2.0.
He's but like worse. Like he comes out of his net way more. Like I just no. I hated Skinner. I was a big Pickard fan. And so now Pickard's gone down. He's been sent down. And I just don't see how we make it to the Stanley Cup final with Jari. But
Well,
anyway.
you aren't. No, you just aren't. The
Don't I know it?
The
And doesn't
Wild and the
Leon know
Avalanche
it?
are just too damn good. But
Hey,
anyways.
I met Cale Makar after Mickelson this past
Yes,
year.
that was amazing.
How about that?
We'd seen that picture, and CJ got to meet him.
Yep.
That's
And I
pretty
told
cool.
him, yeah, well, CJ's very honest, like me, to a fault. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're my," and then he paused, and I could tell he wanted to say favorite player, but that wasn't the truth. And I was like, "It's okay, you could say it." And he goes, "My second favorite player." You're my second favorite player.
You know what? The Kale probably is just like, you know what? It's just part of doing what he does.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was
I
very
fucking
cute.
hate hockey, so.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. I think we've kept Leah and us up past our bedtime here.
I'm getting a little tired. Are we there, Ginger?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then there it is. Episode 136.
Yep.
Yeah, we got that right.
Yep.
Yeah. AGT season preview. Hopefully we'll see you out there. And
Can't wait.
can't wait. May the numbers grow more.
Yeah.
Man,
We
it's crazy.
better get on it to get into some tournaments here.
Yeah. I mean, 508%. That is wild.
That is definitely not sustainable numbers, but wow.
It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
People are getting in early.
Take care.
All right.
All right.
See you.
Bye, Leah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.